Today we're looking at the 2015 New South Wales Senior State Cup Men's Open Grand Final.
Oh, how about that? It's even better.
Count of the man, count of the hour.
That is sensational.
Parramatta versus Murwillumbah, or I'll call them Mavs in this game. First try. It's a try that I didn't expect Murwillumbah to give away, and actually look up here. If I get the pen going, it's 15 minutes into the play. So we've had no tries up until now, and this is the first one that Murwillumbah let in. So they're putting pressure on the box, which is good. This is the 5th touch, and Parramatta, this is not the place where they want to be. They want to be dumping around here. Okay, so what they're doing is a middle play, middle, dumping on the far side middle. Okay, these guys here are the defenders. They've done an excellent job getting back onside at the time of the dump. And what's going to happen is the dumper's going to realign here, run a hole. This guy will run a hole. Winger will keep his width. And the dummy half wants to beat the toucher. Okay, because he's offside. So he wants to beat him and try to find one of the players hitting the hole, which in theory is good. It's a good play. However, they do want to be up near the, back then it was 5 metres, so they do want to be up near the 5 metre mark. And the good thing for Murwillumbah here, these defenders all here, they do have a lot of space if they need to recover and allow the toucher to get back onside to then go back to man on. But they don't use this space. If we watch this middle in particular, let's watch his actions and his movements in defence. Straightforward. Okay, he's rushed up from his mark, and only now has the link realised that he's doing that, and the link has now got that much space in between him and his middle. Okay, so it's a short ball now, the dumper's realigned, and he's going to take that space. He's going to basically run that hole, which the hole is 3 times as big as it needs to be, and that's pretty much it. So he's overrun his mark. He probably didn't need to rush up then. He could have just held his ground, and Parramatta have just strolled through for a really easy first try. So 15 minutes in as well. Maybe just a lapse of judgment after 15 minutes of hard concentration. I mean, it was a big Queensland versus New South Wales field, this grand final, because Mavs had a lot of Queensland players, but at the time they weren't breaking any rules. All the Queensland boys, they did register correctly. It's a nice try. It's a very, very high IQ setup from one of the Mavs boys here. So let's have a look at the play. Now this setup is actually quite common. It's called an ML. ML stands for middle link, and by that the dump is with the middles, but the ball player is the link. He's going to take on the toucher, and the dummy half's going to wrap around him for that number while dumper realigns. Okay, and everyone else just hits holes. That's an ML. It's a very common play. It's a very easy play. It's something that you can learn if you're a beginner to rep touch football. It's a really good play. That and a rooster. It's kind of like a reverse rooster, or on the short side, whatever. But let's have a look how they adjust. So running that ML, there's the shape. Now look at his body positions turned to give the ball here. Okay, and no doubt Parramatta have seen this coming. Okay, which means they're going to then get up and put pressure here. Okay, and cut off the ball carrier's long passing game. They're going to get up in his face, so if he does go forward and then snaps to the open, his long passing will just be intercepted. Okay? Murwillumbah have thought one step ahead, and they're going to immediately rip the ball. So look where this link is. He's getting nice and tight because he wants to jam this. Okay, he wants to jam this guy. Unfortunately, Murwillumbah are a step ahead of him, and here's his link running an outline, and it's a rip pass to him. A really good left to right pass at that. And he's just got him. So all I can say to that defensively is a winger, and it's very easier said than done. If the winger just gets a read here and starts flying in, okay, he might not make the touch, but he'll force this guy to make a desperation pass to his winger that might not go to his chest, and this guy will be able to cover from behind. Okay, that's the only way, in my mind, as a coach, I would coach that. Okay, if you get a read on that as a winger, fly in and let your link cover your behind you. There's another try here. Long ball. And a great finish. Looks spectacular, but the play itself is actually really basic. So there's the dump. It's middle. We have 2 middles here. Near that 5 metres. It's 5 metres in 2015. It only recently became 7, but it's the same deal. You wanted to get to that point. Okay, here's the toucher. His job is to pull corner. Okay, and basically protect that side because he's got 2 players of help, where he's got more help on the other side. So the dummy half now, he wants to beat the offside player. He's going to run short. Once he knows that he's going short side, he's going to step back in, and it's a 4-on-3 platform. Dumper realigning, hitting this hole, link hitting this hole, winger holding the width. Okay, so it's 4-on-3. And you can practice this for 20 minutes every training session and get really good at it. Okay, as you can see, the hole running is really nice. This link has to come in, and he's actually got a nice presence. He's off the line a bit, in hoping that if he tries a bullet pass to this link, he'll be able to catch it. Okay, so that means the winger, knowing that this guy can't get the ball, he can sort of stay a little bit wider. But the pass selection is over the top to his own winger, which is the longest pass, the hardest pass, and it's just a great finish. The winger's position wasn't actually that bad. The finish was just catch, put down was just amazing with the amount of little time that he used. But Parramatta actually hit straight back after this, off the tap off from that try. Another long ball. If we go back to this, it probably looks a little bit more complicated than it is. We spoke about the ML play before, what Mavs set up and dummied. This is actually the ML play. This is the link that's going to be your ball carrier. Okay, he's going to take on the toucher. The dummy half's going to wrap around, and the dumper's going to realign and hit a hole. He'll hit the short hole actually. Or wherever the short hole. Now he'll hit this short hole. Link will hit here. Winger will keep the width out here. Okay, so the toucher will pull corner as you see. Oh, they've run the little block play on top of it. Okay, now that explains why the link was so tight. So the link will run this hole, and the dumper will run around. So it's like a little hot dog block runner off the ML. But the dummy half gets around, and he just picks the long ball because the winger was flying in here because the link flew in here as well. Okay, so the play worked really well. Nice put down. Again, this is the tap off from the try. So we went 15 minutes without a try, and then we went bang, bang, bang in succession as well. So it actually turned into a really exciting game. I was in the crowd for this, and it was hectic in the crowd. I think probably 80% were going for Parramatta. Out ball, and there's your money shot. We've got to look at that again. Okay. Now, Murwillumbah are all about setting up for one play but doing another. This one is looking like a rooster play. So a rooster plays a little wrap around as well. This will be your ball player. He will angle in at that toucher with the dummy half running around and realigning himself. Okay? This number 4 looks like a rooster. My job is to fill the gap between the toucher and me as 2 middles. Nothing gets between there. So he's a little bit wide, and you can see his body position is actually turned in to fill that gap. But what Murwillumbah do, again, they're one step ahead of this. They change their angle. Especially this guy here, he will then change his angle. Number 4's turned in, he's going in, no matter what. So Murwillumbah changed their angle to run on the out and basically wrong foot in. Okay, so dummy half will pick it up and throw a rip pass. Okay, which is basically a bullet pass on the out in front of the ball carrier, out in front of the middle, who is running an outline. So let's have a look at the adjustment. There's the adjustment there, and you look at this player here as a middle. Okay, he's wrong. He might be wide enough actually, so he's in front of him, but he's completely wrong-footed, and he's at a standstill while this player has already started running. Okay, and we play through here. It's just a foot race now. This link has the option to fly in as soon as he sees the out ball and force a really awkward pass from him because he's blindsided. He can't see that link fly in, but the Lynx holds his ground and allows his middle to just have a race. But all the momentum, oh, great dive by the way. Great dive by the way. All the momentum was against Parramatta at the time, so I would have had that link fly in, get a nice read on that. There we go, look at the next try. I love this play. I don't think I've ever seen this play used again since this game. It's very complicated. Okay, I don't even know what it's called, but it is a sweeper. Okay, middle dump. Okay, sweeper coming around, so it's a link sweeper wanting to take on this bloke here. He's going to pull his corner. It's actually a big corner. His link's all the way out there, so he's got a lot of ground to cover there, and these three will step up to defend. Now, dumper, normally he would realign and hit this hole, okay, between link and wing, and after giving the pass, he would then realign and hit this hole here between link and middle. But what happens is the dumper will actually run a block play, like run in behind a blocker, which is the winger. Okay, the winger will actually come in and run a block play. But not only for this dumper here, he'll actually run it for both middles. He's actually coming on the inside shoulder, okay, of the link. So it's like a double blocker, if you'd like to call it. Let's have a look at it in slow motion. So he comes flying in narrow. He's actually run on the outside shoulder, but the link's kind of caught himself in a position where he just wants to intercept it. So he's passed the ball behind, and that's actually the two middles out there that dumped the ball. Very nice. I'm going to at least watch it again. Sorry, the lines will come up, so we'll just play them through here. We'll play through that. We'll play through that. And there's the play. Very nice. Okay, so now we're in a drop-off. Now the rules in 2015 were that you started with 5 players. So one person dropped off. You play for 2 minutes. If no one had scored, you then drop off another player. Play 2 minutes with 4 on 4. If no one scores, you drop off another player. And then at 3 on 3, you play until someone scores. So we'll fast forward a little bit because they do get to 3 on 3. So 4 on 4 here. Still at 4 on 4. And now we're at 3 on 3. Okay, so when you're in a drop-off, you've got a lot of ground to cover, so I agree with this. Getting subs is key as quickly as possible. And with a lot of space that you have available, why not try something like this? Nothing technical here, it's just having a crack, and it was a good touch from Mavs. So what do you run? You can basically run any play you want. Essentially, you can treat it like 2 middles and a link. And there's the winning try. Very basic, but let's have a look at it again. Now, depending on what they're trying to treat this is, if they want to have that as a middle, this is called a counties. And the reason I say that is because the play of the ball is quite close to the sideline. It's not actually in the middle. So we're going to call that a middle link ruck here. And a counties is a middle link quickie where the dumper, it doesn't matter who it is as long as it's on the middle, steps in, receives the ball, okay, and now he's live going at the offside dumper. And he can beat him either way. Okay, so either way, as long as he beats that player, it's a 2-on-1. So it is a very smart play to have in a drop-off. You want to be live. If he was dummy half, okay, he could be allowed to run through the line and he can't score. Whereas now, if he beats one person, someone else has to make the touch, which is what happens. He beats the toucher and the other player had to make a commitment there. And there it was, the winning try. And Parramatta won the 2015 Grand Final. Congratulations to Parra. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Game Analysis, and we will be back with another one within the next week. Thank you.